shit, man.
I started hitting that. I started
that
hitting
baby.
5 hour, and I'm like, ay, ay, ay. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Whoop
yeah.
that trick. Get him.
Good morning, y'all. It is Saturday, October 23rd. Welcome to Word on the Street. We are here with Alex Schwartzmouth. Oh, burping.
Hiccup.
Tori Savage Kitty. It is Saturday. Oh my God. We are a week away from Halloween.
All the hoes come out for Halloween.
Hey, happy birthday, Tony. I sent you a text. Say good morning. Happy birthday. I think he's turned 25 today.
Happy birthday, Stafford. Oh, Tony. Oh, okay. Yeah, happy birthday, Tony.
Happy birthday, Tony. Good morning, everyone.
You know, we're a week away from Halloween, and it doesn't feel like it. Even I think COVID really put a lot of things in perspective, a lot of things to the waist, to the side. You know what I mean? Like, my where my ex-wife lives, my neighbor, he used to always decorate, and he, I went to drop something off to the girls the other day, and I asked my ex-wife, I'm like, hey, you didn't decorate? He's like, nah, not this year. He hasn't, since probably COVID started. I think a lot of people are maybe not passing out candy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, it feels like COVID really sucked the shit out of holidays. I don't know. What do you think, Alex?
I think it's just whatever you see around you, maybe. You know what I mean? You're so used to that. And the same thing by me. You remember back in the day when you would pick me up. I don't know if you remember the corner house in the wintertime. Remember, it was always lit up like crazy.
Yeah.
But obviously, those people were up in age at that time, and
because I think your neighbor
passed away. But still, so nobody carried out. But it used to be
that tradition,
and we would put lights on and stuff like that too. But
well, your neighbor,
I think as everybody gets older and stuff like that, and kids grow up and move out and all that, things change too. On top of that, so you never really know what people got going on. Maybe, or someone passing or something, and maybe they used to put the lights up together and do all that together. You just, you never, you know what I'm saying? So people are just like, I ain't doing that shit by myself.
I definitely think COVID has
a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, I definitely think COVID has slowed down some things for sure. It's kind of hard for me to really judge because I did Halloween in Detroit for so long that I know what my pattern is there. And obviously I'm not decorating this year for personal reasons, but I will say this because I here in Arizona, I've been, going all over and seeing different neighborhoods and stuff. Chandler really didn't skip a beat. I swear every house in Chandler, like Chandler Gilbert area, is massively done. Like, wow, I'm like I'm short. I'm about to put on a costume and go get me some candy over there because I could pass for a little, little thick kid. So I might do that. But everywhere else, I've noticed, just like one house, two houses here, there, little bits. Trunk or treat is really in right now where the kids go to the schools or the churches, or people are actually like, I think more this year than anything, hosting actual events for trunk or treat, like businesses are. And they don't really have like an age limit. As long as you're in school, you can come. So I think that's cool. Cause I think, when my kids were growing up, trunk or treat was for like elementary school, like little kids, and not for junior high. And I don't know, my kids they trick or treated all the way into high school. It's a thing, right? I think having a special needs child also opened my eyes to making sure when you see an older child, you don't go, aren't you a little big to be trick-or-treating? You don't know what that child has or what's going on with their life. Maybe this is the only outlet they have right now, and they've been trapped in a house for a long time. Give them some fucking candy. Give them some candy, give them a smile, tell them to get a better mask or whatever, but don't use aren't you a little big? Because my child might have autism and not understand. They might look like a 15, 16-year-old, but maybe function like a 9 or 10-year-old. You don't know.
Not only that, just mind your own damn business. I mean, everybody's not enjoying themselves.
Or, another thing was my Zach couldn't go up to porches because he was in a wheelchair. So I would go up to porches. So I would always put a cape on and a witch hat, or, I'd be like Wonder Woman. I always dressed up because I was part of him, right? And I would go up to the porch and people would say, aren't you old? And I'm like, oh, I'm trick-or-treating for a child. You don't know. There could be a sick child at home that really wants some candy and they're not vaccinated, or maybe a child's not vaccinated and their parents don't want them to go out, or they're just going through a tough time and they're like, I'll go get you some candy. So just be kind to one another. Don't judge. Don't ask questions. It's none of your business. If you bought candy to give out, give the fucking candy out. Judgment free.
Right. I mean, remember what happened to the days of, you used to go just walk anywhere and go into like McDonald's or whatever. And, get candy, wherever you coffee shops, wherever,
we used to get pillowcases, garbage. We would take the pillowcases and dump it into a garbage bag and head back out, and more and more. We'd have so much fucking candy and chips and stuff and things, right? And I don't know, these days I feel bad sometimes for these kids that they're like, they live in an area that nobody decorates and they gotta, or passes out candy and they gotta go far. So I don't know, hand it out. My favorite houses though as an adult are the like houses that give out goodies to the parents. They're like, want a Jello shot? I'm like, I'll take 5. Thank you very much.
I went out to
like my cider.
I went out to Northville and they were doing stuff like that. I think I mentioned that on one of the shows before, and they had just tents set up and everything. And I went into one tent with my daughter, and there was a remember I said there was a Santa Claus. I think I told you guys before, there was a Santa Claus and a Mrs. Claus in there. I was like, what the hell is this? Is it Halloween or is it like? But they had cider
like Tillman
and they had cider, hot cider, and they had like special shots made and Jello shots. I was like, what the hell for like adults? I was like, that shit's crazy.
You know what? I think I'm gonna make Jello shots just as now. Fuck it. They're so good though, because you don't.
If I was over there, you already know I
like
keep
a little
coming back and forth to different costumes just to get them. Just to get the Jello shots. So be like, hold on, didn't I flip my jersey inside out and shit?
I think that was Connie that said, what candy did y'all steal from your kids? Did you have like the candy that you were like, that's my shit? Give me that shit.
I'm trying to think
all the candies. I liked Kit Kats. I was a Kit Kat thief.
Nick put candy corn in Mounds. I love Mounds, but candy corn is probably, is it the worst?
I'm an Almond Joy guy, but I like
candy corn tastes like candle wax.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, they used, I think back in the day, I don't know why I felt like they were good. Maybe it was just, I didn't, I ate fucking candle wax. I don't know.
To take all the sweet tarts and shit. Tootsie Rolls. I like Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, I like the fruity Tootsie Rolls too.
Yeah.
Like the fruit ones. Those were delicious. I kind of evolved into like the Reese's and stuff like that. But
what about the popcorn balls?
No, I didn't fuck with those. I didn't fuck with those. I was that kid that kind of liked when somebody gave me nickels. I was like, yes, I got fucking money. Woo! A lot of kids didn't like that.
Yeah.
I liked
a bunch of change in there and shit. What the fuck?
I like the hot chips too. I'd steal your hot chips in a second. Like, you didn't get none. Sorry, bud. That sucks.
Sorry.
That used to be funny.
Hey.
Yeah, candy corn. I'm sorry, candy corn and yellow Laffy Taffy is like the equivalent to Peeps. I don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
peeps.
So I mentioned this show before, but it's called Food That Built America, and it talks about like all the candies and blah blah blah. I got to be honest with you, if you like anything that has to do with history and you want to know how your favorite candy was made, man, this is a great show.
Yeah, I want to watch that. I keep forgetting.
It's really good. It's on the History Channel. It's called The Food That Built America. I'll throw it in the thing. But it talks about, the guy that came up with the Reese cup, the guy Reese Pieces, Hershey, from the guy, made Hershey. All the different candies and guys.
I just smacked my lips thinking all the candies.
Yeah, all the different candies. How
sad I am.
It's Hershey, the guy that actually makes the Hershey bar or whatever. He was the original founder of the whole chocolate thing, and people started buying chocolate from him. So because he had a cow farm, so it was pretty awesome. But there was a lot of trendsetters because there was a lot of trendsetters that started all that stuff. But I just want
and a lot of unknown partnerships in all of that type of stuff too. Because I did research on things like that, and you'd be surprised who helped out who and shit like that. So those stories are real interesting. You wouldn't think they are with Coca-Cola, all of them, all them big brands like that. They've been around for like 75 plus years or something. They're pretty interesting for us.
Yeah, somebody was telling me, because I know we brought up the story the other day, or maybe a couple of shows ago. Kellogg was on strike, and they're still on strike, but they tell you the history of Kellogg and Post.
Right.
It's really interesting. Really, really interesting.
It is. I love watching documentaries, even like that.
Yeah.
They ain't got always.
I didn't know this. I knew Kellogg's was in Grand Rapids or Kalamazoo or something along those lines, because I knew they were on the western part of Michigan.
Yeah, they're on the west side.
Yeah, I guess that's where their plant was. But they originally started off with, it was a Dr. Kellogg, and he had I can't think of it, a sanitarium, and he used to treat people with stomach issues.
Battle Creek, Michigan.
Battle Creek, and then he would feed them bran in the morning with milk in it, and one of the brothers said we should sell this, and he said no, and and then Post went there to treat his stomach issues. Who I can't remember his name, but the guy Post, he worked in the kitchen with the brother. He stole all the recipes and went to go. So it's just crazy.
Yeah. I read that that's how Post started. Like he stole all the recipes.
Yeah, stole all the recipes. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. But you think about it. I mean, bran. Hello, you're putting bran in your diet. But that's crazy how they came up with it. Thinking, oh well, we'll just fix these little bubble guts real quick, and boom, there you go. Add a little bran to your diet.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
No fiber. Yeah, it's a great story though.
Yeah, and I mean, even with the candies, like they were like literally fighting the shit out of each other, trying to get these things. So,
the better chocolate. Who had the better chocolate? Who?
All that stuff. So Nick asks, where can he get the T-shirt? Nick, go to wordonthestreetmerch.com. You could always get all your shirts there. So.
Yes.
I love Kellogg.
Connie said, I hate Post. I love Kellogg's. And I also saw that she said she loved her some candy corn.
Candy corn.
What's Nick say? Cornflakes was the cure for everyone. Even Ford and Edison paid visits to him. The brother of Kellogg made it to cereal and got sued by the doctor brother.
Yes, correct. They came out. They launched their own flake cereal, and he's like, wait a minute, what the fuck? The two brothers launched their, one said Dr. Post Kellogg cereal, and the other one said Kellogg. Yeah, it was a crazy story. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, really, really, really crazy stuff.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
caught bits and pieces of that Kellogg thing, but I'd have to watch it again.
We're from Michigan. There's so many things that came out of Michigan. Not
So
just
many.
yeah, not just cars. So
I know, right? And so many that people don't even realize, like around the world, or they don't even know of. You're like, how do you not know of this? This is just the most amazing thing ever that came in a bag.
Like the founder, you haven't watched that yet?
yeah,
About McDonald's. That
Yeah.
that was great.
Stories
I love that
actually goes into more depth in the history of foods that made America. It goes more into depth.
Once again, you can't fit. It's hard to fit all of that into a 2-hour movie, man.
Right,
So,
into 2 hours.
Right. I was reading even more as I'm watching the movie. I'm like trying to find out more. I was like, let me just watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because you start think these other names come up and stuff, and you're like, holy shit, back before we couldn't do that. So now it's like, shit,
anybody, guys, I'll give you my history login. History.
Yes, please.
Watch it, and it's.
I think I already got it, but okay.
Yeah. So
I don't. We're gonna need you to write that down.
I was sitting there. My dad's here, and I know I talked it off air, so I come over and I start my laptop up, and the fucking heat is on, and I'm like, it's fucking 65 degrees. It's supposed to be like 95 today, and I'm like, Dad's definitely back. Pops is back. The heat is on. The heat.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm thinking the air. I was like, is that the air? No, that's the fucking heat. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah.
I thought about the heat the other day. Today I'm good, but yeah, the other day I was like, I'm fucking cold. Maybe I should turn the heat on. And then I thought that I was like, man, my mom would be so mad at me if she knew I turned this fucking heat on right now. Wait till it's freezing in the house before she would turn the heat on. It didn't make no damn sense. She's like, put a fucking sweater on.
So we're going to be talking about that later, Nasty Nick. But I think he's going to score 4. He's going to 4 touchdowns, I think. But there you go. I think ESPN has them. Me and Tori were talking about it last night. They have their plus 16. And I was like, wow, really?
16.
They'll cover that by the half, probably. I'm not laughing. For real. I expect Stafford to be sitting down on the bench at the 2-3 minute mark in the third quarter.
Taking a break.
If not, at the end of the third or the beginning of the fourth. No, done for the game.
Hey, wave it
right, just chilling.
Hey,
having a snack.
I was talking about my dad earlier, just a second ago, and yesterday he was like, "Oh man, how do I?" He can't remember. Like he's like, "How do I watch the Red Wings? How do I watch how do I watch the Pistons?" And I was showing him. I'm like, "Dad, don't forget, you got to go here on our TV." And I know Alex mentioned it in the past, but I watched the Bad Boys. I think it was on ESPN, but I have ESPN Plus. I guess I pay for that service, and I forgot that I pay for that service. But I watched the Bad Boys. Man, I never seen it, right? And I think you mentioned, I don't know if it came a couple years ago, but it was so I was so fucking sucked in emotionally. Like I was literally crying watching this. Because
I told you, and I told you when we talked about it the very first time, I was like, bro, that shit had me in tears.
Yeah, I literally.
People don't understand.
I felt
how super fans we are that to it's that deep. But no, go ahead.
No, I said I felt so like that story really sucked me in, and how much emotional roller coaster that team went. And then, of course, at the end where, Isaiah, they said he illustrated the whole walk off the court when Jordan beat him. And, you know what I mean? Like he looks back and he kind of regrets it and this and that. And at the time, I remember him walking off the court and I was like, yeah, fuck the Bulls. But,
weren't we all?
Yeah. So I was, I don't think that ever to me, I know he's had that interview so many different times that he regrets that, but I at the time I think he made the right decision. But I don't know. And then they asked the reporters during the conversation who illustrated or who did all that, And Bill was like,
Bill.
it was me. Bill was like, it was me. And Isaiah was like, I don't remember who it was. You know what I mean? Like, what does it matter who did it? And I love Bill's attitude through the whole interview. He was like, somebody has to wear the black hat. I'm going to be that guy.
He was trying to take. That's the type of teammates that those guys were, though. They were like brothers, and it wasn't just that. He was trying to take. He was trying to take that black cloud away from Isaiah Thomas, because with the Larry Bird thing, comment and all, you know, a couple years prior, it goes back. It's beyond that, man. But that's so. But yeah, and you know what's crazy about that is that nobody really talks about this as much as they kind of do. The people that remember it, John Sally is the only one. I mean, it was just the main players, the core, that were walking off. But John Sally shook everybody's hand and all that and hugged them. There was players that actually said congratulations and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? Once again, it's what the cameras are on, man. Is what the way everybody's gonna perceive everything. And yeah, and they're in the heat of the moment, man. So, you know, it was what it was. You know, a lot of he's not the first player to ever do that, and they showed that. You know what I mean? Like they said, the Boston Celtics did it to us, and the Lakers. That shit went on. So obviously, us being Detroit, you already know they were gonna try to put another black eye to cover the other one up. You know what I mean? So that's just how they try to do us. And that's why. As a young kid, I said I hated Michael Jordan. I'm glad I never wore none of those damn shoes. I'm glad I'm like
you didn't wear none of that.
The Space Jam ones, dopest shoes I've probably ever seen. I said, but I just, you know, I couldn't do it, man. I can't do it. I can't. You know what I mean? I said it not to say I didn't sit there and watch Michael Jordan bust everybody's ass. I watched all that shit, especially
giving him my money,
Charles Barkley. But yeah, I seen it. Yeah, he is the greatest basketball player that I've ever watched. But Isaiah Thomas is my favorite player. So you know what I mean? You have to hate the Bulls, man. If you're a Detroit Piston fan.
Like I said, just watching that, I you know, like I was drawn in, and I was definitely
the Rick Mahorn part. That was hard, man. That's what got
he was actually crying. That shit's still emotional to today.
Yeah, I mean, right after he didn't even make it to the locker room, and they're telling him that he has to be traded because of the rule. And that's when the expansion draft came in, and man, he's like, damn, you know, they're thinking like shit. I mean, and just taking that piece away. I mean, we could have did the three-peat, you know, and never know.
When you look back, they possibly could have won 4 championships.
We should have at least won that regardless. But just imagine what that did. That the morale of the team. That, you know, that was crazy, man. Those are things that teams go through, though. A lot of teams go through, and it just seems like it always affects us even harder for some reason. Detroit teams.
I just love when they said they would go into the garden, they would spit on the leprechaun and fucking.
Oh man, yeah. And you know what? Mitch Albom has wrote. I read some articles and stuff like that that Mitch Albom wrote about going to, you know, playing in the playoffs in 87, 88, yeah. And them reads are pretty good. And he was just, you know, breaking down the way it was in there, you know, and it was just so dingy and dark and just like, you know, it was old, you know, it was just old as hell. So
and then I got emotional when we started talking to Chuck Daly, and they're like Daddy Rich, and I'm like, man,
man.
He was the shit, man.
He was.
He was the best dresser in the NBA, man. He was the shit. I was like, damn,
he's a legend, man. Legendary coach. Like, you know, he doesn't get enough credit, man. To me, he doesn't get talked about enough. But yeah, Chuck Daly, you know, like I said, that reminds me of, you know, being young. I was a lot younger and, you know, watching it with my dad and them, my dad and his friends just talking about, you know, calling him that too. Like, yeah, let's go, Daddy. You know what I mean? Like it was just became a household name for people in in Detroit or in Michigan. So there'll never be no days like that, man. So
yeah, no, I mean, but
back.
the way he dressed,
what the fuck's going on there?
the way he dressed, man, it was off the chart,
Right.
man.
Yeah, the pinky ring, the gold. Yeah, I miss those days. But damn, I'm glad you finally got to watch that, man.
Yeah, I watched
it. Was so good. It was good enough to watch it again.
Yeah, it was definitely good. A lot of emotions.
I missed all you guys said, but I just know that there will never be another fucking team like them ever. You'll never get that emotion. And if if you lived in Detroit, from Detroit, part of Detroit, had any connection with Detroit, you felt so, just like you said, full of emotion and love and pride during that time when that team was together. So it's definitely something that will never be recreated.
Oh yeah.
We rocked them bad boy shirts proud, didn't we?
Yeah.
Proud as fuck.
Like I said, I was going through the ESPN and that's how I Plus, and I was like,
have you watched the Fab Five one or no?
Sometimes I just don't have enough time in my day to watch a lot of things, but I'll get to it. Like I said,
put that in your that's a good one too, man.
I was just kind of surfing. He was like, I want to watch.
They show a good amount of Southwest Detroit and Southwestern and stuff like that.
So. Really?
Yeah, and he just shared
cool.
Jalen Rose shared a post on Instagram giving a shout out to Southwest Detroit and taking pictures of him in Southwestern gym and all that, and
neat.
Pretty dope. Giving love to his
really
coach. Cool. The coach from over there is in the NBA now, so yeah, he was giving love to everybody. That was cool.
So any plans, Tori, for this weekend? You guys doing anything? You
guys going to throw bags of shit on people's doors?
Yes.
What are you guys doing? Toilet paper houses?
Yeah, that's what we're doing out here. Toilet paper cactuses. No.
For my
we don't really have any plans. We're kind of boring. I'm just preparing for my parents to come, so I'll probably do some stuff around the house.
Getting ready for that.
Yeah.
Just getting ready. He getting ready. He getting ready for tomorrow's show. He's got a bunch of shit to talk about.
Oh, you cut out. I didn't know you were talking about me or
we talking
you cut out.
You.
I didn't know you. Okay. Yeah, just getting ready for tomorrow, man. Doing much of nothing.
So we just I added a guy that is going to be talking about NASCAR. I guess it's a big thing. So I got NASCAR. So I was talking to a buddy, a friend of the show, friend of mine forever.
They get drunk.
He's like, I was like, hey, do you want to do a podcast with a guy that does NASCAR? He's like, I do Formula One, and I was like. And I guess he watched. I said, I thought it's the same. I thought it's the same shit. He goes, no, Formula One. He's like, Formula One. Yeah, well, that's what he said. He said, Formula One's for like rich people, and NASCAR is like hillbilly racing.
NASCAR. No, that's what he said.
He's
NASCAR is the WWE of the cream of the crop, though, man. So
he was like,
that might be why he said that.
He was like, yeah, that's like poor man's racing, and I was like, I never knew that, and he goes, yeah,
it's hillbilly, it's white.
He said, Formula One, it's all over the world.
Yeah, it's like two different brands, yo.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you'll hear it during the broadcast. Welcome here to Formula One racing or NASCAR, like. So,
whenever someone's like, oh, they're white, I'm like, well, damn, I'm not NASCAR white. Like, motherfucker, don't say it like that.
NASCAR white. Oh, my God.
And shout out to all my hillbilly friends and cousins who love them some NASCAR, right? They listen, let me tell you, though, they really do it big when they go to these little events, right? Little big events. So my cousin's best friend, he's got a school bus. And he's got the whole inside decked out, right, for everybody to sleep in. But he's also has he built like a platform on the top of this thing. So they go up there and they're rowdy as fuck. There's tits out, there's beads and drinks, and everybody. I've heard some stories. You know, they.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen at Formula One. The tits out.
No, they stay. No, they got
Not on
they got
network
big
television.
RVs there. No, they go to these events and they're there for like the whole weekend or the whole week, and man, their pictures. I'm like, what the fuck happened here? There was a picture of a guy that had, you know, that caution tape. He
Yeah.
wraps the caution tape around and he's naked and he's walking around the whole event with caution tape around him. And this is like a thing, and everybody gives him shots. By the end of the night, this guy's literally halfway in a fire pit, butt naked, wasted. And they're like chanting around him. I'm like, damn, these people are fucking rowdy, right? The videos, the stories, a lot of sex that goes on. Lots of there's the hillbilly sex, and
Steve
gasoline.
He was like, yeah, that's all over Steve's, like, you know, all over, and that's where the money's at. He says there's only 2 Formula One races in the United States, one in Detroit Grand Prix, and I was like, oh, shit. And then he just said somewhere else, and he goes, yeah, that hillbilly race, that shit, that's everywhere. And I was like, damn,
I was about to say, I used to go when I was a lot younger. We used to go.
I've been in a Grand Prix once,
the races.
Yeah,
they used to have it down at the Renaissance all the time, down or at Cobo Hall and all that over there, Belle Isle, you know. So
now
the Grand Prix.
Now I know the difference.
Every year.
Oh yeah, we used to go every year.
Yeah.
Now
I
know the difference. So there.
There's like Grand Prix is a huge event in Detroit. For sure. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's funny though. That's how he described it. He's like, poor people, rich people. Oh.
I was like, oh, okay. So Nurse going to her senior homecoming today. I was like, I'm a little nervous, but
why?
I don't know. Well, she's
You're
not going.
Nervous?
She's not going with the boy. Well, maybe I'm overjoyed. You know, she's going to be 18 in about a month and a half, or less than a month. I'm just like, damn.
Aren't you glad she's not going with a boy, though?
Yeah, I think so.
It's better when you go with your friends.
I'm just like, damn, she's 18 already. Where did the years go? So.
When Dom went to his senior year was sad for me. His senior year was sad for me. I'm like, can't we just get one more year? I just want one more. He's like, Mom, no, we can't have one more. I'm like, but you're young. You're at the bottom of your class. You can stay back. He's like, if you don't stop. But for me, it was sad. You know, I knew Zach wasn't going to go on and do those things. So it was like, oh, my one and done. So I was kind of sad about that. But just, I love seeing all the girls dress up. And I used to do all the girls' hair and makeup in Detroit for homecoming and all the proms and stuff. And it was fun. I love seeing all the different dresses and seeing their moms all stressed out. Because I had a boy, right? So my kid was good. But all these moms are stressed the fuck out. It's fun. So is she gonna go take pictures or?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, you have to post them.
I don't know what she gonna do. They kept me in the dark.
I have a crazy dog next door. Can y'all hear this fucking dog, or am I the only one that can hear this dog going nuts?
I can't hear that.
Okay, good.
All right, let's go.
Crazy. I think he hears the show. He wants to be on the show.
A lot of things have happened. Trump and Biden. Let's jump into the political world. Trump and Biden tied for 2024 election face-off. So, I guess he's gonna run. They did. It was funny. They did a funny cartoon the other day, and Butthead was, where he has his shirt over and he's saying
cornholio.
Yeah, cornholio, TP from my bunghole. There's a picture like that they did of Biden, and I was like, I don't know if Biden might even run for 2024. He's up in age. I don't know, because I think if they put Kamala in there, I think Trump wins. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So,
Hands down.
The Rock needs to run.
The Rock. I would totally fucking vote for The Rock.
I totally would too. Look at his
You know,
life.
I know we haven't talked about this, but you know, I saw the trailer of Black Adam. I am so fucking excited for that movie. I can't wait for Black Adam.
That movie's been long. They've been working
long time,
working hard to try to get that movie out. Yeah, he
I heard,
sweet as hell, man.
I heard The Rock had the whole like creative, he like controlled the whole movie.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be pretty awesome. So
he was doing a lot of posting about it, saying he wanted to get that character, you know, just right and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, can't wait to see that, man. And you know what? I can't wait to see. I don't know how you feel about it, but I can't wait to see the Batman.
Oh yeah,
with Robert Pattinson.
I saw they had a new screener. You know,
Colin Farrell is the Penguin.
New trailer, and Marissa loved it. She's like, I can't wait.
It looks crazy. Right, and the Riddler, you know, he looks
the Riddler
looks like a spaceman, but I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. That's like my favorite, you know, villain.
He looks like he does look like a spaceman.
But yeah, that shit looks pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, the Penguin's supposed to be in it. All kinds of
stuff. Yeah, it looks good.
So, Make America Great Again. If he runs in 2024 and he goes against Kamala, scary things. The Proud Boys are back.
They got the band back together.
Yeah. So Texas and Missouri, I don't know why Missouri are suing the Biden administration over efforts to stop the border wall construction. Texas and Missouri filed a lawsuit against Thursday against Biden administration for its efforts to stop the wall construction project at the U.S. border. I know this was Trump's thing to build the wall, but we got so much problems at the border. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It's a waste, man. It's like everybody said from the get-go.
Yeah, I think it. To be honest with you,
in the long run,
it was never a good idea. Because I got to be honest with you, when I was in El Paso, you got Juarez there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're driving and you see the border, and you see guys just going underneath, jumping over the top. Like, they didn't matter how tall it is. They're going to get over it.
No, they're going to get over.
They're going to get over it. You gotta be honest with you. They're trying to escape to a country where they can make, you know what I mean? They can make a living. They can bring their family, whatever the case may be. So that, and it's not just Mexicans. You know, you see all the border problems that are happening. It's a lot of people from South America. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That are escaping these countries.
And do you blame them?
No, no, I don't blame them. But, you know, I just think the wall is a waste of time.
It's a waste of time and a waste of money. They're going to get over regardless.
Yeah.
I think they could put that money into other things and their efforts into other things. It's just, I don't know, that the whole wall thing was just, it's irrational as fuck. But again, his whole presidency was irrational as fuck. So can't really say he didn't steer clear from that, right? He stayed with his assignment.
Stayed with his assignment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Levita says she doesn't think he'll run. The Rock lives there in Georgia. Hey, from Georgia.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I've never heard that. I thought he lived in L.A. I mean, he lives in like Hawaii, L.A. He lives in like 5 different places.
When we first moved to
never heard Georgia.
He's in Georgia.
Georgia.
I wouldn't be surprised if he got a house in every state.
Georgia's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I can't. The pollen though, I think would mess me up. All the people I know that live there, I'll say that the pollens would mess them up when they live there.
So, a show that I used to love as a kid, Bosom Buddies. Here you go.
I don't need you to worry for me, 'cause I'm all
Loved that show.
Yeah, me too.
Actor
That's a good
that
one.
played with Tom Hanks, Peter Scolari, has died. 66.
Hmm.
I don't know
Did
why
they
this
say how he passed?
I'm trying to load the story, but it, for whatever reason.
That was a
Oh,
great show.
he was battling cancer for 2 years.
Aw. R.I.P. We brought a lot of laughs to people.
I love that show.
A lot of laughs, a lot of good times. We just showed our age.
Yeah, I really love it.
I never being real young watching that with my cousin with
Oh,
Vince.
yeah, you're a baby. I forgot. You're young now.
To sit there and watch that with him. Vince used to watch that all the time.
Now I'm going to be singing that song all day long.
Billy Idol song? Billy Joel.
Yeah. We'll be singing it all day long. I get a song in my head and it's like there.
They're still trying to gather what fucking happened on the set with Alec Baldwin. You probably saw it. Fatal shooting woman with prop gun on movie set. Her name was Helen Hitchison, 42, was shot while working on the set as a director of photography. She was flown to a hospital on a helicopter, but died with her injuries. They're trying to figure out what the hell happened. There's
2 people were injured.
Yeah, there were just more and more stuff come out. It's funny because I was talking to you about the Brandon Lee story, and they interviewed that guy recently, right when this happened, and he said that he stepped away from Hollywood because he couldn't deal with that he killed Brandon Lee.
The guilt.
Yeah, he said it was pretty bad. So somebody handed somebody a live, not just a prop gun, but live ammo, and this girl was killed on the set. So kind of crazy.
I couldn't imagine. I instantly when they say Alec Baldwin, and I don't know about your views on him, but instantly I think hothead. He flies off the handle. He's a little edgy, right? He's always got a little attitude. I've read many times that he's very hard to work with. Just one of those actors, right? And then you start reading, I don't think, oh, he shot her. I'm just like, oh, one more thing this guy fucking did. And then you start reading the story and you can't help but just feel obviously terrible for her family and her. There's just this heartache, but for him as well, like part of me thought to myself, okay, this is probably going to really change the way that he outlooks things in life in general. He's kind of this asshole. And it's sad that this tragic thing had to happen for him, to hopefully he'll soften up. But is he going to step away? Is there going to be charges? I would think no, because it was an accident. But who's responsible for this?
Yeah.
Is there a manslaughter charge? Is there reckless endangerment? Like who was in charge of this and why did it happen? Because isn't he the director of the movie?
Yeah.
He's one of the directors, and then she was director of like
the photography.
For photography. Yeah. And then there was one other person that was injured as well. I think another director or somebody else was injured, but not life-threatening. So it's just sad. The whole thing around is sad. She's so young. And then think about all the people that were on set that witnessed this. Like that trauma too.
Here, this is what I love. Alec Baldwin, he's been in some great movies. He's played a lot. He's opened up for Saturday Night Live. But if you remember this, Alec Baldwin's phone call to daughter.
10:30 here in New York on a Wednesday, and once again, I made an ass of myself trying to get to a phone to call you at a specific time. When the time comes for me to make the phone call, I stop whatever I'm doing, and I go and I make that phone call at 11 o'clock in the morning in New York, and if you don't pick up the phone, at 10 o'clock at night, and you don't even have that goddamn phone turned on. I want you to know something, okay? I'm tired of playing this game with you. I'm leaving this message with you to tell you, you have insulted me for the last time.
So that phone call was to his 12-year-old daughter at the time in 2007.
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. He's you know, it's crazy. You listen to that and you're like, oh, he's talking to his grown ass daughter. No, she was 12.
Yeah, she was 12.
12. But I mean, and that's what I say. I'm not saying he's not talented. He's so talented. And I love seeing everything I've ever seen of him. I've been like, oh, that's great. He's funny. He's this, he's that. But he's just been known to be a hothead his entire career. So when that happened, you know, when I heard this yesterday, the day before, I'm like, well, it was the night before. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, please don't tell me he was acting fucking crazy, hothead, swinging this prop on the thing, you know, having a director's fit, and this happened. But the more I read, it was during a scene, and that was not the case. And just prayers go out to her family and all that had to witness this, and her young, you know, life that was taken. And I was reading about her, and they said that she was a promising star and in her class and student, and just really ahead of her game. Sad. Very sad.
So this is a clip that I send you. Favorite scene from Departed. I love this.
How's your wedding coming along?
Great. She's a doctor.
Oh, that's outstanding. Marriage is an important part of getting ahead. Lets people know you're not a homo. Married guy seems more stable. People see the ring, they think at least somebody can stand the son of a bitch. Ladies see the ring, they know immediately you must have some cash and your cock must work.
Working. Overtime.
It's working overtime.
Like I said,
I know you got some cash and your cock must work.
Somebody can stand you.
I can stand you. That's funny. Yeah, he's a great actor. It's just sad. The whole situation is sad. The whole situation. Yeah, and what do you do when that happens? Do you step away? Do you like?
Alaska.
Sorry.
I would. Yeah. It's a lot. It's heavy.
Here's another favorite of my guy. Like I said, he's played so many things. There's another favorite. Grant.
Doing that.
Because we're adding a little something to this month's sales contest. As you all know, first prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. Anybody want to see second prize? Second prize is the steak knives. Third prize is you're fired. A, B, C. A, E, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing. AIDA, attention, interest, decision, action. Attention, do I have your attention? Interest, are you interested? I know you are, because it's fuck or walk. You close or you hit the bricks. Decision, have you made your decision for Christ? And action. AI.
So some great quotes. He's been in a lot of different movies.
He's played a really good asshole.
Yeah, he has, to be honest with you. He really
does. Man, I'm sad for that woman and her family.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah. Sad.
Where'd Alex go?
I don't know. He said he'd be right back. Man with
some booty.
Man with rare condition after Johnson & Johnson shot urged people to get vaccinated. So another story about a man that should.
What kind of condition does he have?
Was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, and it's been on the road. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm all right. I'm hanging in there, and it's been a bizarre experience. Normally, I'm a serial social media poster, but I held back and didn't tell my story, and this experience going through hospitals and rehab, but I decided to tell the story to try to get this more out in the open and be transparent about side effects, and just put all the cards on the table that this is possible, but it's very rare, exceedingly rare, and we take a lot more risks with a lot of other things that we do all the days of our lives.
And that is important perspective, and also is quite a statement coming from someone who was one of the unlucky ones to be suffering from this. I want to read for everyone, because Johnson & Johnson gave a statement to CNN today, which says, while the risk of occurrence is very low, this does appear to be above background rates. We strongly support raising awareness of the signs and symptoms of rare events to ensure they can be quickly identified and effectively treated. Anthony, talk to me about why you were reluctant to tell your story.
Well, the conversation, or what passes for a dialogue in the U.S. has gotten awfully twisted around and supercharged. I was worried that telling my story, I would just exacerbate vaccine hesitation. The more I looked into it, most people, I think, who are hesitating or thinking about getting the vaccine are genuinely curious about it. They're concerned about side effects. They want to know how the vaccine works. And they're not so much believing these conspiracy theories and, like how you could implanting a microchip or infertility, which are flat out not true. But this is an actual side effect, and I just thought it would be better to talk about it and be transparent about it, although I understand why the public health establishment doesn't really talk about it much, because it is so rare for it to happen.
And for someone who is still hesitating, they might, again, as you have said, your concern is they might see this and think, wow, this could be me. So what do you want them to take from your experience? Because your message is, even if you look at me and what I've been through, you should still get vaccinated.
There you go. So he has a rare side effect, and he just wanted to be honest with it, but he said he doesn't regret getting vaccinated.
I don't regret it.
Yeah.
Do not regret it. Not at all. Not at all.
So this is a guy that is suffering from, like he was too sick, but he was suffering from a side effect, which is rare. And he still said, hey, get it.
Again, if you have a rare disease, disorder, life-threatening illness, I think whatever it is, it just depends on what your case is, right? If it's something that is respiratory, I think that you need to weigh your pros and cons and see if these side effects will affect you or not. But obviously, each person's situation is different. But I would definitely urge people to educate yourself and to see how you can still get it and what you can, what you can do. I think so many people are just kind of scared, and they just don't, they either listen to what other people say, or they're completely against it, or they just don't have they don't take the time to look at the outlets that they have to research, or to find other people with their condition that they can ask. I know they're out there. So what I don't understand is people who have a condition or have had COVID and have a platform to speak on it, and instead of helping educate people to make the best choice for them, they push their view on them with, don't get it, don't do this, I survived, I think that's just so asinine, because what's good for you might not be good for the next person, and it goes both ways. You not getting it, that could have been okay for you, but there's people out here that may need this to help them and keep them safe, and you just pushing one narrative, I think it's asinine. It's ignorant.
Right.
It's ignorant. You're not doing any service to anybody by being that way.
Right. So Queen Elizabeth, I guess she was admitted to the hospital, and the palace said that they lied to the media over her condition. I don't even know how old Queen Elizabeth is, but it says her condition is mysterious, and they're now alleging that the palace about to keep everything under wraps. The Queen was back at Windsor Castle Friday after being hospitalized for undisclosed condition. She's 95.
Yeah. Well, didn't something happen with Prince William and his wife? Like they moved them somewhere closer in or something. I think they're just preparing.
Yeah.
You know, she's up there. They're preparing. And she's very private, you know.
So do you know, Alex, how that works? If she dies, does someone step in?
Yeah.
Like, is she like I don't know, sword you and say, "Oh, you're going to be the next queen" or something? I don't know how that works.
No idea.
Well, if she passes,
it's
then
all in the family. I know that.
Then they'll go to. I think he's next in line.
So he becomes queen and king, or
hang on. I'll tell you
how that works.
I will tell you right now.
I'm always confused how that works. Like, who's king and who's queen, and the prince never does he turn king? You know, all that good stuff. So I don't know. I never knew. I was trying to get this video, but I guess.
Have you seen did you ever watch the story about her? Her life was pretty interesting.
Who's that? Queen Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
No, I would like to. I think I should have been born into royalty. Mom, if you're
so too.
I should have been born into royalty. What the fuck?
I know, right? I've been a princess my whole fucking life. I've been a princess my whole life.
I was trying to get this story, but I guess they don't show it. So, Missouri woman streaks naked across a football field with an 8th grader practice. Missouri woman who's alleged streaking naked across the football field, 8th graders, has been sacked by prosecutors. 3 Missouri. Lacey from Jefferson City was charged with sexual misconduct involving children under 15 last Wednesday in connection with the incident. Court showed who was born in 1994, according to legal records. Told the prosecutor she was on heroin before leaving her home in her new.
Oh, no wonder.
Because she thought she would die. So there you go.
She was on heroin. So she had kids there or no?
No, she just ran out to the football.
She's a crackhead. So after the Queen, her firstborn Prince Charles, Prince of Wales, will rule, followed by Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, and then his firstborn. Oh, should we call? We have a caller.
Put him on there. Hello, caller.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, hello, caller. You're on the air. Oh, shit. Hello, caller. Hey. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
How are you?
You hear the caller?
Yeah. Hi, caller. She's young out.
Are you there, caller?
I am.
Oh.
What would you calling from beautifully cold Michigan?
Oh, cold Michigan. Is it cold up there? Let me see.
Did you want to talk about anything? Did you want to talk about anything, caller?
No.
Probably nothing I want to talk about on the air.
Okay. Well, well, if you're not calling about my car warranty and there's nothing you want to talk about, we'll give you a call.
Calling about what? Wait a minute. What'd you say?
My car warranty. Are you calling about my car warranty?
I am.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling.
I'll call you later. I love you.
Okay, love you, caller. Bye.
I love you. Bye.
Yeah, so she was on heroin, or she was Will Ferrell.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the Jamaican. Come on, Snoop! Snoop-a-loop! Snoop! No, it's cool. I'm cool. Bring
We're going streaking. Yep. So there it is.
I think my friends are going to pay attention to when I'm on the air now. What do you think?
Look at those.
So we talked about last week. CNN fires back at Joe Rogan over its coverage in the interview. The only thing we did wrong was bruise his ego. What do you think, Alex? Do you think the doctor bruised his ego by telling him, "Hey, you're a crazy nutball"?
I didn't even pay no attention to this story, man. What is he? What is it about? What's his beef with the doctor, though?
Remember, the doctor went on the show and said, "Dude, we understand that you don't want to get a shot, but stop talking about telling people not to get the shot.
Stop promoting it."
Yeah,
or non-promoting it, whatever you want to call it.
Just what I was just saying. Like what? If you don't want to get it, that's fine. But why are you telling people not to, who this could actually help or keep people safe? Like, let people make their own decision for them.
Right,
Stop pushing your narrative on them. And
why are you trying to change someone's mind? Like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Like, I don't get that either.
I mean, let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers.
Right. You're not going to win, right? Like, whatever your point is, that you're not going to win. If it makes you
I have a few people like that on my, I did on my page, and I had to delete them because it's like,
I have those people they're just so bitter and angry. It's like they're just talking the talk.
Yes.
To be honest with you, just talking to hear themselves talk. Something to me. I think
I had a friend who had his child, which I thought was just absurd. So how you go to like the city council meetings and stuff. He had his child up there, and the kid had like anti-vax T-shirts on, and he gave like a little speech about how he was telling his friends. He was telling his friends to tell their parents. I'm like, dude, this kid's like 8. What are you doing to him?
That's
and
crazy.
And then I have people on there going,
so he was
I'm so proud of you.
Sorry to cut you off. Sorry, but so he was basically using his son or his child as like a billboard. Like what in the world?
Yes.
Oh my
and you
God.
have people on there going, I'm so proud of the way you're raising him and the man you're having him be. And I'm like, man, I really thought I knew this person. And this one thing this definitely did is shine a lot of light on the darkness of certain people.
By the time he's 16, he's gonna have his own cult. What the hell are you doing?
Well, see, that's how usually it starts at home. But I mean, even going beyond that, when you talk about racism and hate to another race, because they tell these 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds, it's all about
age.
Yeah. So that's sad.
Right.
Well, it's even crazier when the Black Lives Matter thing was going. Well, it's still a thing, but when it was prominent in the media and all these things, this is the person that I'm speaking of. His son is mixed, and he same thing. My son, he made comments about his son would never be treated differently, and like making really ignorant comments. It's like, how do you know how your son's going to be treated, and why are you teaching him to not see his color? Like, he needs to know these things for survival in the world we're in. Like, you're living with rose-colored glasses on. Your child could be in danger, and you need to be honest with him both ways. And I don't know, completely, his judgment's completely off. And then when I seen this, bringing him to the city council meeting and carrying signs and stuff, your kid shouldn't be involved in that.
So can you explain the whole Prince Charles, all that? Because Alexis says that if she dies, Prince Charles becomes king.
Yes, Prince Charles does, because that's her son.
Wow.
Queen Elizabeth's son is Prince Charles, but he's up in age too.
Yeah.
So how long will he really be on the throne for?
If I was Prince Charles, as soon as I became king, I would go out on the balcony. I'm king. I'm king.
Such a dick. He probably will. He's such a dick.
Yeah, I'm king.
No empathy. I mean, look at, he killed his wife, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, I'm king.
Right?
King. Now bow.
Yeah. He's a whole asshole. So he'll become king, and then William will after him, and then William's son George
It's
will
so
be next in line. But even though Charles is in line again, like I said, he's up there in age too. He's rickety crickety, dusty. He a dusty old fart. So
yeah, I'd be like Eddie Murphy going on the balcony.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
There you go. Fuck you! I'm king! So, Tori, you gotta, this is, you buy makeup, it says, deadly bacteria found in antitherapy product sold at Walmart, like deadly bacteria.
In which one?
It's Better Homes Garden Essential Oils.
That's not. That's not.
It's in an essential oil.
That's a spray, bro. That's
essential
not
oil is not makeup.
It's not makeup. That's
essential
that's
oil is.
spray.
Did they say which essential oil? Wait. I need to know this because I use
he just
those.
said it. Better Homes and Gardens brand with all the flowers on it. And shit.
Yeah.
Bring it on the screen. There you go. Let me bring it on the screen.
Did you just say lavender?
Lavender.
Aromatherapy.
I use this one. Motherfuck.
This one.
Oh no. Okay. Whew. But I use that brand. I wonder if it's in all of that. Now I got to do the research.
Yeah.
The one that I use I thought was really good.
So it's a room spray sold at Walmart, been linked to 4 cases of highly uncommon bacterial infection rarely seen in the United States. The case diagnosed this year were identified in Georgia, Kansas, Texas, Minnesota. 2 people, and including children, have died. What?
I don't use that room spray. I use the oil that goes in your diffuser by them.
But that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, super crazy.
You know what that reminds me of? Batman, when the Joker was putting like poison into the fucking makeup. And you were dying and shit. You know, Alex doesn't have. He's like, yeah, put a smile on your face. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah,
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okie dokie.
Put a smile on your face. No, man. Every time I put the Joker in, it always brings up the Heath Ledger one. All right, so Johnson & Johnson is using a bankruptcy to maneuver a blocked lawsuit over baby powder cancer claims. Johnson & Johnson is drawing a criticism after using controversial bankruptcy to maneuver to block roughly about 38 lawsuits linked to the claims that the talcum powder, baby powder, was contaminated with cancer-causing asbestos. I want to know how this shit happened, though. I know this has been going on for a while.
This has been going on for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have had poison and cancer-causing agents in baby powder, and they've known for decades on decades. They just have the money to fight it. Yeah. And people, unless they're educated on something, they're going to continue to use this product. They're going to continue to put it on their baby. That's why, you have to use natural products on your child. Women putting it on there. When I was young, this is all I was taught. You sweat, you want to smell good, you want to stay fresh. You put some baby powder on your boobies, down in your hoo-ha. Put it in your butt crack. Keep your juicy parts nice and dry and smelling pretty. And we absorb that. Your skin is the largest living, breathing organ in your body. So here, Johnson & Johnson out here with that. just living is dangerous. So pick which level you want, I guess. Living life is dangerous. You have to do what's best for yourself. The baby powder thing, though, I think it's just crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, because that's been going on for a while, right?
Mm-hmm. So I just got a text message from a friend, from a caller, and it was a conversation between her and her daughter in regards to which vaccine she should get and advising her to do what's best for her. And, you know, her daughter's a little scared. She's young. She's, you know, a young adult. And she said, I feel like I'm just kind of a guinea pig going into a trap and I don't know. So if you're listening, please reach out to me. I'll give you all the information I know and anybody else that I've, you know, been in contact with. And I think it's good to have these conversations, though. A lot of parents or people are just bam, wham, no, shut it down. But I think her wanting to know shows that she's concerned for her health and that she wants to make the best decision for her. And, you know, I kudos out to, you know, my friend Shannon, who she just commented, who wants to give the right answer to her daughter and help her research what she thinks is best. So I think that's awesome.
Here you go. This is what I was talking about.
What is this?
Now, let's go over to our blind taste test.
Joker.
Where's it coming from?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. He don't look happy. He's been using brand X. The Joker brand. I get a grin again and again.
Oh, it's so creepy. I can't watch that.
Ruby lips and hair color. So natural. Only your Undertaker knows for sure.
Great scene.
The fucking smile is so creepy. Every time it gets me. Doesn't matter how many times I watch it. I'm creeped the fuck out.
It is. They used to, even with him with the face paint
creepy,
off,
isn't it?
Hate the way he looked when I was younger.
Yes.
Especially.
Cringy as hell.
That was the best they could do back then with technology.
Oh, Joker. Sorry.
Still the best Joker ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So tons and tons of tax dollars were wasted on Brian Laundrie. The parents the remains were found in reserve, confirmed to be Brian. They did. Now they're saying the autopsy is an inclusive anthropologist to determine cause of death. So they're not saying it was suicide. So that, you know, now they're saying the timeline doesn't match. But you had you know, I was talking to somebody yesterday and I said, you know, we wasted all these money trying to find these people and try to find the girl and trying to find it. And then I'm not saying it wasn't just, but what I'm saying is this could have ended when the parents knew. I know they knew.
They knew.
They knew that this happened.
FBI, dogs, everybody couldn't find him, but his parents knew where to look in 30 minutes.
Right. What I mean, like, because you don't use those cadaver dogs unless you're trying to find remains, right? So they knew. They knew. This story is so confusing, all over the map. I think the parents, someone just posted, I think arrest the parents. I think they should be held accountable for something. I know they probably didn't murder Gabby, but
just like if you harbor a fugitive, you're in trouble, right? Just
right.
like if you're harboring somebody who committed murder and you're hiding from them, you're the getaway car, you're their alibi. You should be charged with something.
Yeah,
they gave him a camper to leave.
Don't you think they wasted tons of money on this shit? The fucking dog bounty hunters looking for, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Dog, I love that.
I know, man.
I saw him in Colorado. He was in Florida. They're in Texas. Like, what the fuck is going on?
And he ended up being where? In a Florida, in a Florida reserve, right? Not far.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just as guilty. I think he went to the house without her. They asked where she was, or he was in a panic. He told them something bad happened. He probably made up a lie. I'm sure he didn't say I strangled her, because that just doesn't seem right. But he probably said she fell, she this, something. She got hurt, she bumped her head on a rock. I don't know, I panicked. I got to get out of here. And they gave him their camper.
Yeah.
And then said, well, where are you going to go? And he, you know, they had an idea. Maybe he didn't tell them the exact place, but I'm sure he named some places. I'll call you. I'll try to get in touch with you. I got to go. I need some food. I got to go now. Right? They knew. They fucking knew.
You think the parents knew, Alex?
Yeah, that was the second thing that I said the second week after.
Yeah, especially when they're asking him and they're like, I
that.
don't know. We don't know.
That's the first place he went to.
He went camping and never came back. What?
I mean, that was the first place he went to. So like, I don't know if his parents, I stopped kind of following the story. And even when I didn't hear nothing that whole month. I didn't hear nothing about, or almost month and a half, about the parents getting interrogated or questioned or anything. I never heard nothing. I don't know if you guys did, but I never heard about them getting questioned or taken into custody.
I read that their lawyer was working with the FBI, and that they were going through their lawyer. That's really all I heard, other than at the beginning when they said they weren't speaking really much, but that but towards the end they said they wanted to find their son. They knew their son was dead. They knew that their son, where he was, they knew that their son was not alive. I don't know. As a parent, I know you want to protect your child,
right?
But what do you do when your child murders, and now the truth comes out, right? Maybe he didn't tell his mom and dad the whole truth. About her death or accident or something. I think he did, though, because I feel that for them to hide what they did, the urgency, I feel like that he had to have told them something, to insinuate that she was no longer alive, or that he didn't know. But once it came out that she was dead and it was by strangulation,
well, bothers
do you still protect your child at that point, or do you do what's right?
No,
you love your kid, but do you do what's right?
So this is what
someone else's child.
This is what I have a problem with. If it was a black guy and a black girl, it would have never made mainstream media. And a nationwide, there would have been a nationwide fucking manhunt for this guy. There's probably tons of stories that
Breonna Taylor was murdered in her own bed. She was a nurse.
Right.
There was a story. There was just a story 2 days ago. They're probably like 21, 22. This couple, and I don't know what the guy's, the boyfriend had beef with or whatever was going on. His mother said, "Hey, look, I ain't gonna say he was an angel, but so they got killed. Both of them, him and his girlfriend, got killed while I believe she was holding their baby, like just like 8-month-old baby, 3 month, I don't know, but a damn near newborn baby." So I mean, I've seen a couple of stories like that already. I'm just like, wow. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's all kinds, that shit goes on. It's like, okay, just another story and shit. Oh, that's Detroit. That's this place. That's that place. Whatever. It's not always
Look at
Detroit.
all the indigenous women that are missing, raped, kidnapped,
shit's
killed.
happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere.
Oh, yeah, it's happening everywhere, but you don't hear about it. There's not a nationwide hunt for these people. So
that's if it's in Colorado and Detroit, Colorado Springs, Detroit, there's two different worlds. So I know what you're saying. That story popped in my head. I was just sitting there like, just that was the first story I seen when I put the news on. And,
so I hate this white.
It's so sad, man.
This word, but white
and
white privilege.
and not sorry to cut you off, but the baby, I forgot the most important part. The baby was absolutely was fine.
Wow.
So the baby lived. Now this baby has no parents. You know, it's just.
Well, look at you. You guys follow the
crazy.
story of Jelani Day, young black man that went missing. His mother has been flooding social media looking for him, and they found him, and he was dead. And my heart goes out to her because she even said it. Her son, beautiful young black man, college student, great, just
I
a
remember the
great
story that we talked about.
son. Yeah, and just a great human. And she kept saying, "This is not my son." No, he wouldn't have just went off. He calls me every day. Last time I seen him, he laid on the couch, put his head on my lap, and was talking about how his day went. Like, this is not my child. You didn't see national coverage for him. We still don't know what happened to him. You see no national coverage for him, and watching his mother break down and searching for her child and not knowing the truth, and all these people, oh, he's here, he's there, he did this, he was involved in that, and spewing lies just like they did with her. And I'm not saying that Gabby didn't deserve to be looked for. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the level of looking for her. Keep that same energy when it comes to our young black men and women that are missing, our black and brown people that are missing. Keep that same fucking energy. Have their faces posted all over the FBI and cadaver dogs and the social medias and CNN and Fox and all of these things in every national news. Keep that same fucking energy because their lives matter too.
Yep.
So it's heartbreaking, Right.
I don't know if you read the story, Alex, but Ivan Douglas, I know we hate Ohio State football player, died at 41 after battling COVID. The left tackle, Ohio State famous 2002 national champion football player, has died after a battle with COVID-19. His family and friends announced. Douglas, who helped block Craig Trenzo and Maurice Clarent in the Buckeye epic upset win over Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. So Buckeyes Nation, we really need our prayers right now. One of our former teammates, Buckeye brother Ivan Douglas, is fighting for his life right now. He's in ICU medically induced coma right now from COVID. He's a husband, father with 2 children. We need him. I don't know if they said he got vaccinated or not, but
I feel like if he was vaccinated, they would have said.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah, he had a history. Had a history of the blood clots. That's why the year before they won the championship, he didn't play. He sat out because of that.
Blood clots.
Yeah, 2001 season he sat out and then overcame that, came back 2002. They went 14-0 with Jim Tressel and beat number 1 Miami Hurricanes and won the national title. So
how old is he?
He was 41. So Wolverines. We're going to stay in NCAA. The Wolverines are 6-0. They play Northwestern Wildcats. They're so favored in this game, so they should definitely crush the Wildcats. They, like I said, they are 6-0. The big game next week is State versus the Wolverines next week. So, Tori, you wear your green if you want to.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to crush the Wildcats today. So, I think both of them will be, if they win, they'll be 7-0, I think. 7-0. And Michigan is ranked number 6 right now. So,
yeah, should be a good one.
Yeah, it should be really good one.
Slobber knocker in the famous word of Jim Ross.
It might be, it might not be. It might be a double-digit loss. I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be a great game.
So I'm not talking shit about all my Puerto Rican friends, or Puerto Rico. I want to know, since
I ain't got nothing to do with this.
I know they're U.S.
Me and Tori ain't got nothing to do with this.
I know
Let's go, Alex. Let's go, Alex.
I know they're U.S. territory, but why does Puerto Rico got their own Olympics?
Because they the shit. Listen, let them have their team. You know how much shit's been taken from them?
Right.
Give them their own
you
fucking
were just
team.
talking about talking about the power outage the other day. Now you're talking about
ain't no power. All kinds of shit. No power, no medication, barely got toilet paper. They had to get it from Trump. Let them have their team. Let them be great for once, okay?
That's pretty cool.
Let your brown people be great.
Skates and sticks off. The Puerto Rican women's win their first medal in their first tournament. So it was a positive story. I'm just always confused.
You know what, though? When you say this, so everybody wants to treat them like they're separate. They go ahead and get a separate team, and your ass can talk about why you got a separate team. You're not part of us.
They beat Chile in the first win.
Let your brown people be great. Okay, let's just give it this.
And they're women. Like, I know.
Exactly.
Mainstream ESPN news. But, that's a pretty big thing,
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to be a reporter in that locker room, bro. But,
I know you would.
Damn, I can't. I'm just looking at the picture like just.
Yeah, they're pretty hot.
But your mind's got to wonder.
I want to see a picture. Where are they? Show me.
They're pretty young, so let me take it easy there. I'm sure they're like 19, 20 or something like that.
Oh, calm down then.
18. Let me relax.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
But no, that's pretty cool. The men
That's
won,
awesome.
The men won silver in 2019, so it's a big deal. The women
good for them. Good for them.
Take it easy, Nikki. Take it easy. Oh, sorry.
Nope. Yeah.
We're referring to
and
easy.
And Alex, this is why we can't have nice things.
That shit funny. Made me want to watch that movie. My man ran on the he ran on the horse track. What the hell? And chased the jockey down, beat his ass. That's crazy. Crazy scene.
Great movie, man.
Okie dokie.
Great movie. Great movie.
Caller? Do we have a caller? No, we don't. Oh, I thought we had a caller.
Yeah, we don't have a caller. But how good is
I knew you were pulling this up.
Nikki, take care.
This is how you get a parking spot.
There you go.
They're a mess.
That's how you get it. That's how you take a parking
Rodney
spot. Right
Dangerfield. No one like him ever.
I get no respect.
You just look at him. I look at him and I just can't stop smiling.
I know, right?
His one-liners, my God. Or how the wife go? Said she was she's always
trying to hold it in.
She's always doing housework. She wants to take a trip. He told her to try the kitchen or some shit like that.
Try the kitchen.
Oh man, Rodney Dangerfield was great.
Yeah, he had some great stuff. I wish I would have seen him, man. I never got to see him.
Alaska.
I wouldn't.
He said,
I wouldn't have been able to stay that long. I would have been. I've been laughing way too hard.
Yeah. He's like, you never take me anywhere. The wife.
Yeah.
He says, you never take me anywhere. He said, try the kitchen.
Yeah. He has a million of them, man.
How poor? I was so poor, my neighborhood, the rainbow was in black and white. That's all right. That's okay. I'll tell you, life isn't easy. I found out they're making a new movie about my social life. Yeah, Dances with Dogs.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's the story of my life. No respect. I don't get no respect at all. There's no respect at all.
crazy just for that one line, man.
I mean, this afternoon I was in a bar. They told me to get out. They wanted to start the happy hour. I'll tell you another word, Sal. I told my wife she was in bed. She went out. She got a second opinion. My wife, our relationship is on and off. Every time I get on, she tells me to get off. Well, that's it, folks. In a great crowd. Just remember, it's lonely at the top when there's no one on the bottom.
There you go. It's lonely at the top, Alex.
There you go.
Yeah. Non-stop, bro. I would not be able to last a whole a set, which is probably like 20 minutes. They probably would get back in the day, man. Something like that. I'd be done after like 5 minutes. Oh shit. Funny as
So I know we don't ever talk about this sport, but lacrosse. Turf University lacrosse player dies after choking during a hot dog eating contest.
How crazy is that?
Turf University lacrosse bride died after she choked during a hot dog eating contest for charity. Official says Maddie, 20, New York, was involved in an accident Saturday afternoon off-campus house in small city Somerville, just 3 miles northwest of Boston, Massachusetts. The university said at the time the incident was participating in a hot dog contest as part of charity fundraiser and choked. After first responder performed a life-saving procedure on site, Maddie was transported to Auburn Hospital and then transferred to Massachusetts General, where she passed away on Sunday. You know, I think me and Dom were having that same conversation. Yeah. We were talking about Joey Chestnut about the whole hot dog, and then story pops up, and I'm like, man,
crazy, right? We literally, you guys were just talking about that.
Isn't that crazy?
And like, you think, okay, so man, first of all, it was a charity contest, so those people got to feel fucking terrible.
Right.
But everybody who was with her, but when I don't know if you guys have ever watched it or tried to thought you would be funny with the hot dogs, you're eating them on a bun. I'm sure it's on a bun. So, the Joey Chestnut, they're throwing water in their mouth. You ever put water on top of bread? It instantly binds up like glue. And then you got a piece of hot dog. I've choked on a piece of hot dog before where I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't chew that enough, right? So you got this little circular piece in your throat, and how do you unlodge that once it's stuck with bread? It's just terrible. And her poor parents. She's away at college trying to do something good. She's on sports and all these things, and then she does this trying to be a good person and include herself in some.
Yeah, she was majoring in biopsychology too.
Yeah,
it's just
super smart,
generous person. Crazy.
Yeah, they said that she was involved in a lot of charity things.
Very sad.
So sad. I saw that. I was like, what? Insane.
Crazy. So let's see if you know who this is.
Tough guys. Tough guys. What's important to you? Tough guy.
So HACKSAW Jim Duggan was hospitalized and undergoes emergency surgery. He is home now. His surgery went well. He is home. But I knew you knew who that was. Tough guy. Oh!
HACKSAW
Jim Duggan. Is he a WWE Hall of Famer? Was he ever inducted, Alex?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. What did he have surgery for?
Let me see. Great news. WWE hospitalized, needs emergency surgery. His wife announced on Wednesday.
Gallbladder or something?
Probably news, social media. Some of the biggest. Battling issue over the last few years. Jim was hospitalized. Atrial fibrillation, which was an irregular heartbeat that can lead to blood clot, strokes.
Oh, okay.
Heart issue.
You got some cardiac stuff going on. No, I don't think he was ever indicted.
Inducted?
I mean, inducted.
I don't know why.
Sorry. Or indicted.
He could have been indicted.
Well, hey, you know, it's probably more likely than the other. He's a little crazy. Hey.
Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah, he was the man.
He was.
You know, when I think of him, I think, you know, he was a great talent. You know, you would always see him with the 2x4, but I think a guy like Hulk Hogan, that was like the All-American. Jim Duggan was All-American. You had Sergeant Slaughter. A lot of those guys that were kind of like riding the American wave, I think they got held down because of the Hulk Hogan. He was a great American, because I think Jim Duggan was always promoting like America and stuff like that. Because it was during, you got to remember, it was during Cold War times in the 80s when Hulk Hogan used to, you know, come out, I'm a great American.
The flag and all that shit.
Yeah, so there was a lot of guys that were riding that, you know what I mean? That were riding
tail.
Yeah, it's a U.S. tail. So I think I think a lot of guys were held down because Hogan was the, you know, the flagship of the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll move on to the NBA. The NBA announced the 75th anniversary team announced. There's a lot of awesome players. Some of the players I don't know if I agree with, but our boy Zeke is on that list. Isaiah Thomas. I know you mentioned something that he's the only player, Alex. What does Zeke have over every player on this list?
Well, I was
chips.
I don't know. I can't say because I'd have to pull it up, and this thing is acting up. It was just to win the only player to win back-to-back championships without having a top 50 player of all time on the team is what it was.
Okay.
Just a little extra small accolade. I had somebody comment and say that it wasn't true, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the sources that I got it from. So. But
right.
I don't know. Sometimes people try to, you know, make things up too, though. So,
well, yeah, we were just talking about the Bad Boys thing. I mean, that team, you know, yeah, Isaiah was number 2 pick. But I mean, come on, dude. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, that was an awesome team. They don't get enough respect. But some of these players, Kareem, Ray Allen, Giannis, the guy that won from the Bucks, Carmelo Anthony, I really don't agree with that one. I don't know if he should be on that list. If you don't have a championship, I don't think you need to be on this list, to be honest. Nate,
I like him for what he did to Lala, so he can fuck off.
There you go. You got Charles Barkley. I love Charles Barkley, but he has no ring. Rick Barry. Ring.
Those guys are in there though because there's not going to be everybody. You know what I mean? That list was very easy to make because 50 of them are all the top 50 greatest NBA players are in there. So they just basically broke it down into that, and then they put six international players on there. That's why Giannis is on there, and Dirk's on there, and stuff like that. Then they put 5 legends, so they kind of spread it around a little bit, and they only went up to 75 because it's the 75th anniversary. So as the years go on, I'm sure they'll add a player and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a cool list. Like I said, 3 Pistons on there: Dennis Rodman, Isaiah Thomas, and Dave Bing, of course. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, of course, is on it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this list. So is Dr. J not on this list?
Really?
Looked under.
He's on there. Second row. 4th one down.
Okay. I'm looking.
I don't know what you're looking on, but he's on there.
NBA on NBA.com. with all the.
You're just looking for Dr. J. It's not going to say that. It's going to say Julius Erving.
It's going to say Julius Erving.
I just got a feeling you're looking for Dr. J's.
Listen, we all can't be like you, Alex. Like when I go to look my mom up on Facebook and I start looking for mom instead of her name, and I'm like, oh shit, her name's not mom on there.
That nickname is just like,
I see the
name, so that's the first thing that pops in your head.
I see the list, the picture. I see the picture, but when you go to J, it's not under there. So somebody missed it. So that's why I was like, wait a minute. So yeah, that's why I didn't see it. Yeah, the picture icon.
The picture has it.
Yeah, the picture has it, but the list doesn't have it.
Oh, there's a typo. They messed that up.
Typo.
Typo.
There you go. But so there was a big last night. CP3, Chris Paul, first player ever, 20,000 points, 10,000 assists. Do you think after this year, if they win the championship, Alex, you think Chris Paul is going to walk off into the promised land, or do you think he keeps playing?
I don't. He got a contract, so I don't see why he wouldn't keep playing, especially if he wins. So I know he'll be there. I know he's vaccinated for his team. He'll be ready to go.
Right.
Unlike some other guy.
Unlike some other guy.
That's a disgrace with the last name Irving. But
sounds like perving. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, but that's a huge milestone. Only player.
Right. He's been playing for a long time, man. Longevity. You're gonna bound to break records when you play that long, and just imagine if he didn't have injuries.
When I hear somebody say, hey, you know what? He's not that good. He can't take the Suns to the promised land.
They're probably not watching.
They're not that good. They said they just got lucky last year because the Lakers weren't healthy.
They're probably not paying it. They're probably not paying close attention, man.
Phoenix Suns deny implementing bombshell report lies and innuendo. Phoenix Suns are looking to go ahead a potential damning report racism, sexism, sexual harassment within the organization. Alleged claim completely baseless. Statement comes shortly after NBA insider Jordan Schultz massive story accusing team owner Robert Starver several incident misconduct was looming. So I guess I don't know if he been touchy-feely with some of the women, but I never liked him as the owner.
Creeper.
Yeah, creeper. So I don't know what's going on, but the NBA is investigating.
He's the creeper. I heard touching booties.
Touching booties. I'm a millionaire. You have to show me your pussy. Sorry.
That sounded like that didn't sound like you wanted to see a woman's. It sounded like you wanted to see a guy's genitals. Right there. That voice too. Both.
All right, Alex, let's go.
Guy looks creepy.
I've had enough of this shit.
That picture that I pulled up on him though. Robert Sarver, he looks
I'm going to need a deposit first. You're so rich, let me give you my account number. Please.
Right.
So our famous R&B singer, Chris Brown, says Kyrie Irving is a real hero for COVID.
That voice.
He's a hero. Yeah. Chris Brown, the one who beats women, says that Kyrie Irving is a hero. Ooh, the woman beater.
I stand with my brother, Chris Brown. Whoever doesn't like it, go live, you damn live. What?
I'm gonna smack the shit out of you like I did Rihanna. Like, fuck out of here with your fucking shit. Tool. He's a woman beater. He's the cousin that comes to the the family reunion that nobody fucking talks to, and because he's out over there smoking weed, and he just comes to get a plate. That's who Chris Brown is. Like, go fucking somewhere. No one likes you.
Dancing in the corner, dancing in the bathroom
corner. Talking about hero shit. Motherfucker, be your own hero. Go to anger management. Go to a little domestic violence classes. You want to be a hero. You want to talk about hero. I'm going to need you to do your own thing. Worry about your own self.
Here's Commissioner Adam Silver.
Adam, let's talk. Look, your league is at 96% vaccination rate among your players.
Attorney Brown.
You're about to play something about Chris Brown. Threw me off there. What the hell?
Chris Brown. This is not an NBA against Kyrie or versus Kyrie thing. This is a New York City law or regulation in how it pertains to Kyrie. Yet it is an issue that impacts the product that's put on the floor. If you could sit down with Kyrie Irving, what would you tell him?
I'd tell him to get vaccinated first and foremost for himself and his family, next for his teammates and his community, and also for the league that I know he cares so much about. I understand, that it's not just Kyrie. There are people in this country who disagree with the notion of getting vaccinated, but at least from everything that I understand, science is firmly on the side of getting vaccinated. And this is, in essence, a miracle vaccine. Think where we were, Ernie. When we first stopped this season and we all spoke, and then when we went into the bubble and we started last season, and then this vaccine came along, and it's already saved tens of millions of lives. And I think at some point, for Kyrie to be an engaged member of society, putting aside this league, he needs to get vaccinated. And that's the law in New York. And the law in New York is if you want to play in an arena, if you want to visit an arena, you want to participate in an activity in an arena, you need to be vaccinated. And that's where he finds himself, and that's where we are as a league. And here I am in Milwaukee, where after we give out the rings tonight, the Bucks will be playing the Nets. And I wish you were here.
I don't think you should be able to participate in shit.
That is Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner. He says, look, he said, didn't scream, didn't yell. He just said, hey, get vaccinated. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Chris Brown. He's a hero. Don't get me started. Motherfucker.
For real.
Chris Brown.
It's like, what are we gonna hear next? Somebody told Chris Brown, "Yeah, I got your back too." I mean, what the hell?
Yep.
When does this shit end?
Chris Brown's a woman beater.
Like, so?
I can't listen to anything
You
he
had
fucking
Rihanna,
says.
you piece of trash, you.
Monkey trash. Tell
He
him.
had Rihanna.
He beats women. It's not just her. What's the other girl's name?
I'm just
Tarushi?
saying,
He
that's
was
where
fucking,
I
he smacks
giving
on them
a shit
all.
about the guy.
He smacks on them all.
After
He's
all
that,
after that.
he's that I'm rich, show me your pussy guy. Like, smack him up.
I'm a billionaire. Show me your pussy.
I don't know if he says it in that voice, though. I can't fucking with you. I can't, okay?
I'll sleep with the light on tonight.
Show me your pussy. Sorry.
Okay.
Ooh, that shit made me. That shit sent a tingle. That shit made me tingle and shit. What the hell?
Like, oh,
Bad wave through my earpiece.
So Jim Gruden breaks silence. Come out. Here's Jim Gruden.
Maggie Burbank, who produced the story that we just did on Mark Davis, actually called Gruden, and he picked up the phone, much to, I think, her surprise. And he's still in Las Vegas. He says he's letting the dust settle. He said, people who know me know what I stand for.
So he breaks the silence. I don't know what happened there.
For 58 years. I have a resume of 58 years. He said, the truth will come out. It's certainly cryptic, but I think that John Gruden is looking at, okay, is this it for my career? Am I done at the age of 58 of being in the National Football League, coaching in any capacity? And, he said he's been called a lot of things in his life, but this is different. This is really different. And no question, because Max, people are calling him a racist, sexist, misogynistic, and homophobic.
There you go.
Well, the shoe fits. Lace that bitch up.
Lace it up, lace it up.
Now his feelings are hurt. Now his feelings are hurt.
You better not say nothing no more.
Right?
Shut up. Just
Shut your
sit back
fucking
and
mouth.
shut up.
You got nothing nice to say. Shut the fuck up.
Don't get yourself in any more trouble than you're already in, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lions play the Rams Sunday. So Stafford against Goof and Goff. Rams are plus 16. How many touchdowns did he score? I think the Rams score 4 touchdowns. What is that score, Alex? 24-3?
Say like, I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're in for a barn burner, boy. It's gonna be ugly. And you know what? I'm even gonna throw another prediction out there and say that I think Jared Goff could possibly get benched at the half. So I'll just say that.
Really?
If that happens. So assuming that happens, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm gonna say 40. I'm gonna say 42-10. Prove me wrong. Lions, prove me wrong.
Is today's Saturday? Is that the reason why you're wearing his jersey? I didn't know if it was his birthday.
Huh? I woke up with this on. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be a massacre. I think it's gonna be a massacre. It's gonna be good to watch. I mean, I'm happy for him too. You know, a lot of people are salty about it. He did enough for Detroit. It's time to watch him whoop on some shit. So it'll be good.
Whoop on some shit.
Is it
time for the Lions to put the bag over the head again?
No.
Let me tell you though, the memes about the Lions is not disappointing. None of these memes are disappointing me at all.
You know when they can do that? You know when they can do that? when they're 0-16 in their last game. And that last game comes, then you can think about doing that shit. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. I like I said, I was very, very generous. I gave them an extra game.
Yeah, you did.
And,
you did.
And I knew that, you know, because a lot of people were doubting Joe Burrow's Cincinnati rookie quarterback, but I was just like, they're a decent football team. So, you know, Lions got like 8 injuries, man. I looked at the injury list. I mean, it's just it doesn't matter. Like I said, that's why I said I'm just looking to see what
keeps coming.
What players can, you know, can keep a job and stay there till next year, and just, you know what I mean? It's all about getting draft picks now, man. So that's basically it. We're winning or losing to win draft picks. it's that bad.
Right?
But I feel so bad for Dan Campbell because I do want him to win a game for him.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to get him his first win. My God. So
he's trying.
But
he's crying.
Like I said, I like what Dan Campbell's doing. People got to give him a little bit of time. You know, it's not like look what he has, and I mean, like I said, they're competitive. They're more competitive than what Matt Patricia had, and he had wins, and he was horrible. So that tells you a little something. You know what I mean? That they're playing for this guy. They don't want to play for Patricia. You know, both seasons that he was here, or 3 seasons. So you got that. So, but yeah, it's gonna be very, very ugly tomorrow. So.
When's the game out?
Shit hitting the fan. No, I'm actually doing a podcast tomorrow. But that game is in LA.
I was gonna say what? Yeah, is that what's up?
Oh, if it was here, I probably would be going because it's.
What time's the game at?
It's at 4:05 because they're on the West Coast and over there in LA. So
Okay.
So yeah, there would be like 50-50 if they were playing here, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know I played this many times. Here's the lines tomorrow.
With yesterday's come-from-behind victory, the CLSU Mud Dogs earned a New Year's Day date with Red Bellew in the first annual Urban Bowl. But not only has the Waterboy changed CLSU's fortunes, he's got other teams looking around the sidelines for talent. In fact, yesterday, Michigan, devastated by injury, experimented with their Towel Boy, wide receiver. But the Towel Boy ran into a laundry list of problems. With yesterday's come-from-behind victory, the SCLSU Mud Dogs earned a
A Towel Boy. We all should just go try out for the team. I run fast. I'm short.
Fullback. But you have fullback.
Fullback. Yeah. I do got a fullback. No. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, the Lions look rough. I think this team right here probably could beat them.
1, 2, 11, 14, 9.
Knack, knack, knack.
Hey, get him! Hey, come on!
Yeah, lead his legs. Winkle toes.
There's me. Look how fast I'm running.
A little right up there. Now a little closer. Now hold it. Let's go. Come on. Hold it. Give me that ball.
Hey guys, it's
Classic.
us. We're the Three Stooges.
Classic.
You see some connection
Love
there, or
them.
am I the only one that saw that?
Yeah, there you go.
Love
We're
them.
the Three Stooges.
So I got game of the week. I got the Bengals versus the Ravens, and by 1 o'clock is the game on the Lions. 1 o'clock Pacific time. But I got the Bengals and the Ravens. I think that's going to be a slobber knocker. What's your game of the week?
Lions, Rams.
Lions, Rams.
Stafford throw 5 touchdowns, about 350 yards.
I'm just here for the slobber knockers.
He might throw a pick, and it might be a tip pick, but it'll still be an interception nonetheless. And yeah, he's about to hand Martha Ford and the rest of the family their asses. So
yeah.
Don't think he's coming in here to be all nice.
Yeah.
They'll
So
see.
no
yeah, I just
kissing cousins.
Answers. They go to hillbilly talk. To answer Nick's question, I'm just wearing this because I've always been a Stafford fan, and I'm a Lions fan, so that's why
Go blue.
So I'm wearing it, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So he wins, and he has an epic game. They give him the game ball.
Give who the game ball?
Stafford.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
No. At the end of the game, he has a great game, and do they give him the game ball? Is that something memorable for him?
Yeah. They might give it to him at halftime. I'm telling you, it's gonna get ugly real fast, man.
Even though it's going to get ugly and they're going to be salty, I think his old teammates are going to be happy for him. I mean, I think there's going to be some kind of, there's going to be some pride for him a little bit. I don't think they're going to be sad.
It's just, it's just funny because fans are like, oh, why couldn't he do that here? He did do it here.
He did.
The key thing is when you, and if they watch, they really sit there and pay close attention. Watch how much time Stafford has because they're protecting him.
Yeah.
He didn't have that here.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
the longer he stands upright, the better he would have been.
Mm-hmm.
And with the
he
1,001
took
drop balls
there.
1,001 drop balls from all the different thousands of receivers that we drafted for him and tight ends. I mean, you could sit there and nitpick at all this shit, but
Man, I love
you're
the
gonna
guy.
see. You're gonna see why he meshes so good with that team and why he's doing
Yeah,
what he's doing.
yeah, for sure.
Players, wide receivers get open. Everybody's doing their job. He's protected on both sides of the ball. And when you're that good, when you have that good of a potent offense, you take the pressure off of your defense, and your defense takes the pressure off of you. So that's why they're 6-1 right now. That's why they're 6-1, and that's why the Arizona, like I said before, the only guy that outshined him was my man Kyler Murray from the Arizona Cardinals, and so that gave them their first loss. So
yeah,
I can't wait to see. I don't know. I'm excited about Arizona, but I think they're gonna be up there. So I don't know.
I agree.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch Stafford come back and do what he's gonna do tomorrow. So for sure. And
yeah,
I
it's
love
gonna be
it.
messy, but it's gonna be. I'm excited to watch.
I love
I'm
it.
happy for him.
I hope he puts the foot on the throat and doesn't take it off the whole entire game. Get what you deserve, you know. We gotta start changing.
It'd be a nice little revenge for him.
We gotta start changing changing the times, things around here. So
and I gotta be honest,
us getting our ass handed to us like that in an embarrassing way again. So be it.
I love him and his wide receiver cup. I think that's like a Brock and Tim Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like that.
Yeah, I got him. I know it's crazy because I got both of them. I got Stafford and Cup on my fantasy team. And Nick Chubbs from the Cleveland Browns, I was trying to get him. He's a beast, man. He was killing it Thursday night. So I'm a big fan of that dude. I don't know if you watched any of that game, but
the Browns put it back over
Cooper
their
Cup is
they're not making it.
He's a Pro Bowler, man. Cooper Cup. Stafford's making him that.
Look good. So last night, the Houston Astros have put the Boston Sox to rest, and here it goes.
CO1, fly ball into left. That should do it. Astros win the pennant. Luis Garcia, absolutely phenomenal. Going 5 2/3. No runs, 1 hit, struck out 7, walked 1. And the bullpen, John, over the last 3 games, absolutely shut down the Red Sox lineup. This Houston bullpen lights out. Yeah, they kicked it into gear. It was a total complete turnaround and team effort.
So I was watching some of their celebrations last night, man. They were dancing.
I saw that.
And the champagne, they looked like they were gonna bust their ass.
And I was like, I'm waiting for somebody to slip and bust their ass on that floor. They were jitting. They were doing all kinds of little crazy bunny hops and moves. I'm like, what the fuck move is that? What? There's some Karen shit there.
What's the name of their
sport? That's called We Just Won the Pennant.
They did too.
3
did you
times
see the
in like
dancing?
5 years dance. That's what that's
Did you
called.
see it?
I see it, yeah.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
It's funny. It looks like when the teams win that, a lot of these guys can't dance, so it all looks the same. When they're dancing when they're dancing in the thing.
Their dancing was so bad. There were some that were doing some little, they were trying to do some TikTok moves, but but you got out there. Yeah, you had a whole bunch of dudes.
So
dancing like middle-aged white men out there. Bad.
Rich middle-aged white men.
Rich middle-aged white men. Let me see your pussy. Middle-aged white men.
Dance my ass off too. Even if I couldn't dance, I'd be dancing my ass off.
Yeah, barefoot, slipping. The whole time I'm watching, I'm like, I'm just waiting for one person to fucking fall. I wasn't even trying to see that else. I'm like, he almost went.
Dusty Baker comes the 10th manager to win AL and NL. pennant. So he's number 10 skipper out of that. I know our favorite skippers, Sparky Anderson, definitely won
Last of the Mohicans, Dusty Baker.
Yeah. Sparky Anderson won it, and he won the World Series in both divisions. Definitely a great skipper. So they celebrate it. They're moving on to the World Series. Game 6 tonight, LA and the Braves. I thought the Braves were going to put away the Dodgers. They think they gave them some momentum. You think the Dodgers come back and win this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said Dodgers and Astros, so I'm not going to go back on what I said.
That you did.
So, yeah.
That you did.
Sticking with my picks. We'll see. It's going to be a good one, though, if it is the Dodgers or either way, but the Dodgers and Houston, I could see a better series out of that. So, if it's if Atlanta wins, I think they're going to lose like 4-2. I don't know.
I think that's all I got. This moves on to the story of the day. Are men intimidated by women that make more money than them? That's the hot topic. The number one woman who is primary breadwinner in the family's on the rise, according in 2018 research from the U.S. Census Bureau. But studies, I'm just reading that thing. If you're not fulfilling the expectation potential to damage your self-esteem and self-worth to men. So they found that men felt more anxious when were sole breadwinners in the family and less stressed when their women partners were contributing 40% of the household income. But as a woman made more money past the point, men become increasingly uncomfortable. What do you think, Alex? Would you be bothered by your significant other or wife that makes more money than you?
No, it's a different time. Different time. I mean, I guess it depends on your situation and who you're with and your lifestyle. All that goes into that. But me personally, I mean, I wouldn't be offended by that. It just, like I said, it depends on your situation, how many kids you have, your lifestyle, and all that type of stuff. So, I guess the men that are more intimidated by things like that are the ones that have the richer lifestyles, and like they want to just be, or just men that just want to be the breadwinner, and they take offense to that. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it's not 1940 no more. So, you know what I mean?
No June Cleaver.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Like I said, just kind of depends on your situation, really. But no, me personally, no, I wouldn't take offense to that. Let's live it up together, man. Let's take trips together, do all that. If you're married, obviously you got joint accounts, all that. Like I said, all that just depends on what's going on. If you're married, you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, shouldn't have joint accounts unless you're engaged, or you know what I mean. So yeah,
great topic for me to bring up.
Yeah, but for me personally, I'm not offended by that.
How do you feel, Drake?
So I'm going to give you a backstory of my parents first. So my dad.
Story time.
My dad worked 2 jobs, is what I was told, and my mother had just had me, right? She just had me, and she used to have to tell my dad, not tell him the truth, but she was going to work. So she lied about her job. Like she's like, oh, my dad worked midnights or whatever the case may be. So my mom got a couple checks, and I believe the story went, she slid her pay stub across the table, and he's like, what's this? She's like, I've been working. I didn't want to tell you. My dad was old school. He felt, that a woman should stay home. She was like, she slid across the pay stub, and he was like, like shocked. Damn, you're making a lot, good money. Like, and there it goes. And it went into 2 family income. And real quickly, my mother started making more money than my dad. I don't know if he was intimidated by it, but he embraced it. You know, he didn't want her to work. He wanted her to raise the children. So for me, I dated and I married somebody that was a homemaker. It never would have bothered me if she went out and did her own thing. But nowadays, for me, I'm encouraged. If I'm with somebody, I'm encouraging the fuck out of them. Go make money.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be able
to do something you love too, on top of all of that, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
So if you're gonna bring something to the table, I love it.
Right.
To me, I think it bothers me, and I'm not bad mouthing any relationship or what I had in the past. But when somebody doesn't have nothing to bring to the table or don't even have a table, that bothers me. So to me, I embrace it. I wouldn't give a fuck if she makes $1 zillion more than me.
It's not got nothing to do with you. It's like, damn, they're not doing nothing for themselves. Why would I want them? Why would I want to be around them and put them in my life?
I think I've had this
I
discussion with somebody. You know, I'm 48 years old, and I don't want to build with anybody. I want to be able to go to meet somebody and say, look, they already have stuff, and we build on top of what they have. I don't want to start over. I really don't. Why would I want to start over? Why do I want to help somebody do this or do that? I want to be able to basically come into a relationship. They have a particular table, and we bring shit to the table. Not, I don't even have a table, or I don't even have a, you know what I mean? Like, so that's the way I feel. Those are my thoughts, but I just wanted to share that story. And, you know, my mom became really successful, and it never bothered my dad. So just wanted to share that story.
Hey, that's awesome story, though.
So I thought it was interesting here. There was an article back in August of 2021, and they said that they found that when what happens when women earn more money than their husband, that their husbands are more likely to cheat, and then they are more likely to face divorce. 2 divorce experts weigh in on why and what to do about it. When women out-earn their husbands, marriages struggle. Marriages of female breadwinners are 50% more likely to end in divorce, according to a University of Chicago study. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So 50%, that's huge. Like, divorce is already a big issue, but to say that they're more likely to face divorce and cheat, I think it's because they make more money, or are they feeling less adequate, or they are not their man card's kind of taken, and so they look for somebody who's less than them.
I think they're just comfortable. I think they're just comfortable.
Yeah.
They're living so comfortable that they go out and fucking cheat. I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. I was wanting to know what your guys' opinion on that is.
Right. That's less worries for both of us. Okay, I can go do this. She ain't gonna think I'm cheating. That's just one thought.
She's off working, she's doing things, she's busy. And that was my other thing. Okay, so if your woman, it's the same thing with a man. You know, you hear the saying, if you want a successful man, you're gonna have a busy man, right? If you're babysitting your man, he's probably not that successful because he's up underneath you. And same thing as a woman. So that was my thought, like your perspective. Is this because this woman's so busy that this person is like, oh, well, I'm not getting the attention I need because she's doing all these things to make this money for us. And, you got to weigh it, what's important and what's not. So I think the insecurity falls into there a little bit as well, maybe a little bit of resentment. That's why
it's never just one thing. I don't think never
resentment maybe. I think though, if you have an open, if you're both supportive of each other and you have this open line of communication, and like Dre said, you bring one thing to the table, the other person brings the other thing to the table, your weaknesses is their strength is your weaknesses, and it's this, really great transfer of power and energy between you two. I don't think that they should be intimidated. I mean, women were the underdogs for so long that, man, if I was a man and my woman was making more money, I'd be like, go girl, what we need to do. Let me get them angles. Let me take your picture. Let me promote you. You know, you're the shit. I'd be biggest fan club. But I'm like that with my men as well. Like if I'm dating somebody, I'm their biggest fan. I'm like, let's get it, boy. Look at you. Your sexy ass making that money. You know, I don't think that I don't think that the men I know, I don't think that they're really intimidated by that. But reading this study really made me start to think like, wow, women makes more money. 50%, that's half. 50%. That's a big, that's not like, 15%. No, that's 50%. To cheat, to you know, go to have divorce and to struggle and have this anxiety. So then I'm like, okay, are their friends giving them a hard time? Oh, your woman wears the pants in the relationship. Like, motherfucker, yeah, as we're on our boat, like, worry about your damn self. So I don't know.
Right.
It was interesting to read that article and
I believe
it. And then if your woman makes more money, do men feel like, okay, so if there's a man at home, he's got to ask her for money? Isn't it kind of the same thing if a woman's got to ask her husband for money? I think it's more of a struggle with the man themselves than the actual everything going on. If she's successful, I think that here's my final thought. This goes both ways. If a man's successful and the woman stays home, or not just stays home, but doesn't make as much money, but she's supporting her man, I feel that woman also feels like his success is part because of her, because he has a good woman behind him. I think it's the same thing with a woman who makes more money. I think that if she's got a good man behind her, that's part of his success too. Right? Like, I think that he should be proud of that. Like, my woman makes this amount of money. She's doing these things. I'm supporting her. That's my success too. This is our shit, right? So that's my thoughts.
That's your thoughts. That's all I got. A great topic. I'm glad we got your insights. A lot of people were definitely inboxing me, telling me their thoughts. But it is hoodie season, and you got Alex's Sports Mouth right there. I like that gray one, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a lot of red. Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, our logos. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pat all of us on the back. All of our logos on the back. All of our logos look sweet on every color. Is it just me or?
Yeah, no, they do.
For real.
They look dope.
And like I said, you're Savage Kitty. I showed a couple people that. They were like, "That's dope as fuck." I was like, "I know it is. I love that logo."
Wow.
Yep.
I like that green.
Oh, I like that green.
Christmas, Alex.
Mm-hmm. Like the green, the pink, the black. You know, black's my fave. Always.
It is hoodie season.
I'm jealous of the white. I'm jealous of you people that wear white. I was telling you guys off air, I tried to get my life together today. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear a white shirt. Man, 5 minutes into it, I already got a line on my belly. Fucked it up already. It was good while it lasted. That white is crispy.
I like that white.
I love that white.
We're on the street merch. We're on the street merch.com.
I gotta love it from afar.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna constantly bring this up. If you want to advertise on the show, if you want to sponsor the show, just reach out to me. If it fits your business model, just reach out to me. Here you go. You can advertise. You can go to Word on the Street Pod, hit the advertise button, scroll down, and you can contact me that way. We have our calendar also on. You can go to it. This was today's topic. Are men intimidated by women? So it is in our calendar. I think this is Alex's topic. Let's talk about the greatest villain in film. And then Saturday is our last topic. It is on Devil's Night or Angel's Night. So the history of Devil's Night, history and decline. If you go to podcast, I'm gonna be adding all our different people that we do the wrestling show, my show, and Alex C's show, and then now we're gonna be adding the NASCAR show, and then
and a cooking show, right?
Cooking show, yeah, and then hopefully Tori Tea Time with Tori show. So you're just going to be able to subscribe right here, so you can subscribe to all your podcast platforms, and of course you can always go to YouTube to subscribe to our video cast. But there you go. If you need to contact any of us, you can. There's a contact us. There it is, and that is wordonthestreetpod.com. We have a special guest, I believe, on Wednesday.
Yes.
Tori will able to nail her down, and we're going to be talking to a breast cancer survivor or breast cancer that somebody's going through it.
So her name is Marie. I'm going to butcher this one. Kuchenmeister.
Okay.
And Marie is, it's called BRCA1, and she's had, so BRCA1 is, hang on, I'm going to read it right here. It's a gene mutation that makes her have 87% chance of breast cancer and a 40+% chance of ovarian cancer plus others. So she's had to have several procedures and preventative operations to reduce the risk of her breast cancer and ovarian cancers. So she's going to be coming on Wednesday with us to talk about all of those things and her condition, and to spread awareness and to just give us some information about some things that we might not have known. It's not just, I ignorantly didn't know that this condition existed, and that there's a higher risk and what it's called, and that there's actually procedures that you have to get done to prevent it. So it's not just where we think, oh, you go, you find a lump and you're done. There's people that are born with this against them from the get, and
Right.
they're fighting every day to stay ahead of the game. So yeah, she'll be on with us Wednesday. I'm really excited to talk with her. I think we're all going to learn some things, and I think it's going to help us educate other people in our journey in life. So I'm excited.
Actually, I have a great idea, and I don't know if it's possible, but maybe next Saturday we can get a domestic, because I know it's Domestic Violence Month. If it's possible to get somebody on to tell their story about what they went through, that would be pretty awesome.
Might know a few of those too.
So there you go. So I got some great news. I had told you guys. I was so excited. We have Mr. A guy that is a Hollywood actor. I believe he's been in so many different movies. Sons of Anarchy. He's been in Next Friday. He's been in Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
He does voiceovers. But I'll put him on one of the scenes that he is in.
He was in American. You left one out. He was in American freaking Me.
There's American Me.
Can't leave that one out.
So many different things. And he's got a great story about American Me that he's going to share.
Hey, that's that Chico?
That's him.
What's
right
wrong
here.
with it? I don't know. Hey, so what's wrong with my perro? What you do to my dog, fool? Nothing.
Nothing.
Just keep throwing the money.
Hey, Julio. So,
Hilarious, man.
Rolando is his name. Molina. It's this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Was he? Because there was Baby Joker, Little Joker. I don't know. He was Little Joker.
Right. They all had this name.
Yeah, they had the same name. So he's been in countless movies. If you go to his IMDb, I was able to talk to him. He's kind enough to come on next month. It's going to be November 10th. So it'd be pretty awesome to get a Hollywood actor on the show. I think it's pretty awesome. So word on the street, we making some moves, getting somebody on. So I think so exciting. I was so exciting. I was able to talk to also Alex does my brother do the wrestling show. I have a wrestler that possibly is going to be coming on their show, Sandman. So that's going to be pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Big
when
things, doing big things.
Said he wants to come on. You guys probably, I mean, this is a guy that's like your drunk uncle that wrestles.
You better be careful because I believe he lives a lot closer to you than he does me.
Yeah.
He carries that Kindle stick around. So.
But I mean, it's
saying.
Awesome.
Your drunk uncle that beats up the drunk cousin in the corner that's getting high.
His handler, whoever handles him, he says, "Is this show hardcore enough for me?" That was his statement.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sure he was just joking when he said that, but meant it. But right.
Yeah, LOL, he said, but I thought it was awesome. So got some great guests coming on to different shows. You know, I think it's awesome. You know, we're on our 105th episode today. Alex has put over 120 episodes in, and just putting them on. So Rolando Molina will be on November 10th. It's going to be he's got a great story about American Me, how he became an actor and how Eddie Olmos, he met Eddie Olmos. So great story.
I can't wait.
Yeah, great story.
I can actually say I met Edward James Olmos too. I actually got a picture with him.
Yeah, I do too.
Came to our school. And nice guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
No,
so cool. A lot of big thanks from coming on Word on the Street. Like I said, once again, if you want to sponsor the show or if you want to advertise, we'll put a commercial together. It will be on the video cast and we can put it on the traditional platform podcast, and you will be inserted into the show. If it fits your business needs, reach out to me, Tori, or Alex, and we'll get you on. That's pretty much all I got. You can follow me everywhere. Alex, what do you got? Anything?
Just want to promote the show tomorrow. It's our second episode tomorrow of All Things Wrestling. Going live at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll be breaking down the results of the Crown Jewel and AEW Rampage that was yesterday, and AEW Dynamite, which will be on today. So yeah, we got a whole plethora of things to talk about tomorrow. So yeah, everybody tune in and check out the one and only Tony Twist and Alex Sportsmouth. You can follow me at Sportsmouth313 on Instagram and Twitter, and you can also follow the ATW podcast with the number 4 capital L Life on Twitter as well, and Instagram as well. And that's about it.
Here you go, Alex. I don't know if you know, anybody might know what plethora is, but here you go.
Dude, I have put many beautiful piñatas in the storeroom, each of them filled with little surprises.
Many piñatas?
Oh, yes, many. Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? A what? A plethora. Oh, yes. You have a plethora. Jefe, what is a plethora? Why, guapo? Well, you told me I have a plethora, and I just would like to know if you know what a plethora is.
You got mad as hell. That shit's classic.
First, you tell someone who has a plethora and find out that person has no idea what it means to have a plethora. Oh, but I think you would like your...
Oh my God, that scene is hilarious, man. He got mad as hell over that one word. That shit's hilarious.
Sorry,
but I remember Jim Ross and them always saying it in the commentating.
Yeah.
So that's where I got it from. But when I watched Three Amigos about a year ago and I seen that out, I thought about that. I was like, oh my God, this guy's about to kill somebody for not knowing what plethora means.
I got all these crazy scenes in my head of different movies. I'm sorry, guys.
Always.
Jesus, that's funny as hell. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Everybody, God bless. Stay safe.
Tori?
And where can we find you at, Tori?
Anything?
Well, Yeah, what do I got? I just have to say happy birthday to all my Libra babies. We're going into Scorpio season. Shout out to everybody. I see lots of people on my timeline getting engaged, getting married, having babies, missing their loved ones that maybe have gone on to the next life.
Yeah.
So just want to send my love out to everyone and enjoy this Halloween season. Be safe, right? I love to see all of the little costumes and fun stuff. It puts a smile on my face during this time when it's needed the most. Be kind to one another. You don't know what your neighbor or someone's going through. So that's all I got. You can follow me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, The Savage Kitty, that's THEE Savage Kitty on Twitter, and Tori Smooches on Snapchat.
Smooches!
Smooches!
So you can follow
and
me.
Happy birthday, Stafford. There you go.
No, it ain't his birthday.
No,
but he's going to play like it is tomorrow.
Okay.
Right,
so everybody be kind to him, too.
Right.
Love you guys.
You can follow me everywhere on Drake Swift on all platforms, even OnlyFans. Don't forget my Monday show coming up. It is 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern Time p.m. This week's topic coming up: should relationships be more compatibility, companionship instead of emotion of love? A lot of mixed emotions.
You need one of those machines. Remember on Saved by the Bell when they were holding the thing, checking their compatibility.
The love compatibility
See,
machine.
I got all that shit in
the
my mind.
world
too,
would
all them
be
scenes.
so much better if we had one
With
of
that
those,
machine.
wouldn't it?
Oh my god.
Wouldn't it though?
The inventor passed away though. Screech is gone. So
R.I.P. Screech.
You know.
He up there with Zach doing things.
That would be dope as hell though to have one of them.
Mm-hmm. For
So
sure.
that's all I got. Let me play this video and we'll bounce out of here. And if I can find it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Be safe. Thanks, everybody that subscribed. Thanks, everybody that's subscribing on the traditional platforms. Thanks, everybody. Make sure you guys share it, like it, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell everybody you won't. Keep in mind, always be washing your hands, wearing your mask, and washing your ass. I'm out. Peace out.
Bye.